You need to let people know that if you're going to be part of our organization, these are core expectations. Just step up and offer this willingly. Hello, I'm Cy Wakeman, and I'm the host of Life's Messy, Live Happy. A topic that came to the forefront in today's show is the topic of non-negotiables. There are simply some items that you need to set as expectations for your team that are non-negotiable. These are expectations, behaviors that you simply are not going to accept any variance on. They usually are for the benefit of the organization. They keep us safe, they keep us compliant, they keep us working efficiently and properly as a team and an organization. Now, I'm not talking about bureaucracy, micromanagement, or 100 of rules that you dictate to your people. But I am telling you that as a leader, you've got to figure out what the core expectations are, your core non-negotiables are, that you're gonna lay out for your team and then discussion over. They just aren't to be negotiated. I'm talking wearing your badge, dress code that prevents infection, treating one another with civility, respecting one another's time. You'll come up with your own, but it's really important to set these non-negotiables. Otherwise, your teams will spend enormous amounts of time in drama over these minute details that aren't really up for negotiation. And if you are clear about them, you will find that it frees your team up to work on the high value stuff, the things that bring true value to your organization, and the things that get your teams really excited. This is the part of the show where people write in questions and ask for my advice. So I have one here from Tasha T. She says, Cy, I have members on my team that truly do perform, but they get complacent on the little stuff like badging in and out. How do I get them just to do it? I have a couple of ideas for you. First of all, don't just skip it, address it. Now, I know this seems petty, and I'm not asking you to address it with a full-on confrontation, but a quick arm around. If you move by something that's substandard, you set a new standard. Address it and let people know that there is a cost involved to the organization and to you and what you can provide to them when they are taking a shortcut. Now, it's important. When I used to have nurses that would forget to badge in and out, and they would come to me and want me to do it for them, I would always tie it to their greater performance. It wasn't little to me. I would let them know, if I can't trust you to badge in and out and remember that detail, why would I give you the keys to the narcotics cabinet? See, I really believe in a team. How you do the small stuff really is how you do the big stuff. Resist the temptation to just blow off what seems like small things, because they are important. I let my employees know that discipline matters. I also like to ask for a plan. If badging in is an issue for an employee, I like to ask them, what's your plan to make sure that you remember this? They might say, Cy, I just forgot, I'm just gonna try harder. And I would say, no, I want a plan I can invest in. Come back to me with a plan on how you will make sure that you can remember what you need to remember in order to get checked in on time. And I would say that you need to stop enabling it. A lot of times we pretend it's no big deal. We even say, don't worry about it, I got this, I understand. Don't say it if you don't. Be more honest with folks. And then lastly, give your team a couple of free passes each that they can cash in with you so that you keep the love flowing both ways. I want you to love more, enable less. In this episode of The Roundtable, I am handing the reins over to Kelly Hinshaw. She's a partner with me in the business and has a whole array of clients of her own that she works with to implement reality-based leadership. So Kelly, this interview is yours.
I know, I'm so excited. I have one of my most favorite clients here today, Tracy Sweevad. She is the Director of Business Services at .com, and I'll let her tell you a little bit more about what .com does.
We do all the IT services for the City of Omaha and Douglas County.
Nice.
So any voice, any data, any networking, PC support, all of that.
Awesome. And you guys actually won a very cool award recently. You are one of the top IT, finish it for for me.
It's digital cities.
Digital cities
in
in
our
all of the
population.
U.S.
Yes.
So they have a low drama government organization
Absolutely.
that's accomplishing some amazing things, and they manage everything from IT services to, I learned with them, jail management systems. There is drama.
Yes.
I love it.
So
This
they
is where we
want to
put a
ditch
commercial
it.
in for Omaha. We don't coast.
I know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Digital City.
got
Digital
that right.
City. I love it. So I would just love to hear more about your transformation, your leader's transformation as you've implemented the reality-based philosophies. How did you hear? And what's changed for you guys? How's it been helpful?
You bet. Well, gosh, I kind of stumbled upon Cy's book and then heard her at SHRM, and so that's how we got into it. But we really enjoy the realness about her philosophy of reality-based leadership. We trained our entire team, and the thing we've noticed the most has probably been the recognition of how much time is wasted on drama. And we'll recognize it much sooner than we used to. We will catch each other. I'll go in, and it was actually before the new Ego book came out, and there wasn't so much about venting. And I'd go into my boss's office and go, Derek, and then he'd go, now we need to get to the story, get rid of the story and get to the facts. You're right, you're right. And so we would catch that. We catch that in many of our employees.
And I think you hit the nail on the head. Is one of the things that you said is that awareness. Awareness is key. And I have so many clients that ask me, Kelly, how can I be perfect at this? How can I make sure that drama never happens again? How can I make sure that I will always be helping and never judging? And how can I stop, blaming, moaning, and whining, which is that BMW driving, And it's like, the thing is you're never going to stop it altogether because it's the human condition. But you hit the nail on the head. You're aware of it. It's like a magic trick. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. And so when it's in front of you, you can redirect so much quicker and you save so much time and money.
Oh, absolutely.
Which a lot of people sometimes think that reality-based leadership is like tough love or robotic or uncaring, because we're like, we don't care about the drama or the feelings. But what I hear from you is it's like giving people the benefit of the doubt and really caring. Like, don't worry about what she said or how she said it. Let's just solve the problem.
Yeah.
And I think that's counterintuitive to a lot of people.
One of the things that we talk about a lot is stop negotiating the non-negotiables. One of the things that .com did, and they do it so well, and I share it with almost every client that I go talk to, is they have a list of 5 simple non-negotiables, and I think when you hear them, you're gonna be like, oh my goodness, I can probably count an hour of time I've wasted just this week on some of these very simple things. So do you wanna share?
Absolutely. And when we started having discussions, we started with a whole list of them, and we narrowed it down because we said, we're too many things,
We're not
are
dictatorship,
non-negotiables.
yeah, it's like-
We've got to, what are the things that will save us, that people can do, and we can eliminate wasted time.
Just say
and,
off the table, we're not going to discuss it.
and that's what we do. We do timekeeping. Because we're in IT, we have to charge our time to tickets and projects. That's a non-negotiable. You will get your time in, you will get it in every week, and it needs to be accurate and up to date. We do meeting agendas. If you have a meeting and you don't have an agenda, we actually created a thank you badge that is, you're a turkey. And you could be given a turkey if you don't have an agenda. And then we have one we're just rolling out now, which is your calendar appointments. Be considerate to other people. If anybody else has, you go to a meeting, someone doesn't show up, you don't know why they didn't show up. No, that's no longer accepted. You will respond to your meeting request. You will, if you get tied up in a meeting, because we do, you will give them courtesy and call or text, or there's always a way to get a hold of somebody in today's world. And then our last one is you will wear your name badge. I wish I'd have brought my name badge. I didn't think about it. But you wear your name badge every day, all day, so it's visible and everybody knows who you're at.
And it's got to have a good picture that looks like you.
Well,
like,
that's
Exactly.
our email signature and your profile picture. No cartoons, no any of that. So we've had some fun putting it in. We've had contests rather than just list them out there and put them out there. We've tried to make it fun so that it resonates a little more.
This seems like such a simple thing. People are like, when you hear that list, you're like, duh, how simple. This is such the bare minimum to ask. But in my research, I found that people spend enormous amounts of time talking to people about dress code or wear your badge or respect people's time. And there are just some things that you need to let people know that if you're going to be part of our organization, these are core expectations. Just step up and offer this willingly. It's part of almost testing how willing somebody is. If they're willing to at least meet you on the non-negotiables, but it saves enormous amounts of time.
One of the things I've observed too, as I've worked with .com and been, with your employees and been with your leaders, is you guys use a lot of humor in it. So I've worked with your leaders intact, and you guys are in a room, they're having a discussion, and when somebody kind of maybe veers outside their lane, you can all just use that common language that you have to be like, hey, like, I think we might need to park the BMW, stop the blaming, moaning, and whining. Or, you could use words like emotional expense, and you bring in the employee value equation. So you can do it with a lot of humor, just knowing that we all suffer from this thing called the human condition. And because you all love each other enough, you've built that empathy and that respectful relationship, it's easy to call each other up, which is very cool.
Yeah, we use BMW a lot when someone's doing it. Oh, that's a good BMW. That's pretty. And then the story. It's like, oh, that's a really good story. Can we maybe
come back?
Can you tell me what the facts are? Yeah. So we can do it, and it's not. It doesn't make you feel bad. It makes you go.
Everybody laughs about it. Yeah.
Everybody does.
Well, what else? Anything else you'd like to share with us that's been a big aha for you and your leaders and your teams as you guys have gone through this journey?
We are still going through it. I would say the aha also is you're not going to be done. You're never going to be done. You have to keep doing it. And we've taken little steps. One of the things we need to get back onto, it fell apart after I didn't finish it. We've created some of the tools. We've taken the tools and created them in our own forms.
Oh, cool.
So that people can do the one-on-ones. I'm not going to remember the name of it. It's the grid.
The placemat.
That's it, yeah. We've got that. We've turned that into a form for ourselves because we've got some people that want to use it. So it's finding what tools work for you. There's not a perfect match. There's not one that's better than the other.
You can customize them.
Yeah.
It's not the format or the template we put out. It's that you build it into your style. And for people, we keep talking about the tools of reality-based leadership. In the book, No Ego, the whole back end of that book is a whole toolkit, a list of tools. You can find a lot of those tools too in the other books, Reality-Based Leadership online. They're all there. But we want people to make those their own. I just start with, here's an idea, and then I want you guys to really make those your own.
Yeah, and that's what we're trying to do. So
thank you, Tracy.
Thanks.
Awesome. Great work. I hope you loved today's show. Important topic, non-negotiables. Now here's your assignment. Sit down and figure out what 10 to 12 to 15 things that you absolutely must have everyone on your team buying into. Share them with your team, take them off the table. Do not negotiate the non-negotiables. Use your time instead to call these people up to greatness and lead them to deliver incredible results.